Hey everyone, this is Darren Eastman, Product Manager here at GitLab. Today we'll cover an introduction to product management and specifically product management here in GitLab. So what will we cover in today's video? We'll cover what is product management, why is product management important, what does a product manager do, and we'll also touch on some skills that are essential for a product manager. So let's define product management. Product management is an organizational function typically found in companies that offer technology-powered products and services. And this function is responsible for defining a product strategy by focusing specifically on solving customer problems, pain, and unmet needs, and aligning the organization to deliver products and services that solves those needs, and hopefully so in a way that's better than other products or substitutes in the market. So this is just a quick example of products and services, technology-powered products and services where there is a product management function in the organization. So if you quickly Google all of these companies, of course, especially in GitLab as well, and look for the product management role, you'll see that all of these companies depicted on this slide have a product management function. Now, you will find a product management function in other companies that we won't traditionally call technology-powered companies, but specifically in terms of what you hear in the industry referred to as the product management role. Generally speaking, we're talking about technology-powered companies or products and services. So what are some of the key responsibilities of the product management function? Well, solving customer problems, and that's kind of first and foremost, is really being that advocate for understanding customer problems, understanding customer needs and pain points, and then figuring out, with of course the help of your broader team, how to solve those problems. You're also very much responsible for creating customer value. The other super important thing in terms of the product management function is that the product management function in an organization is responsible for delivering desirable outcomes for the business, i.e. delivering business value. And that's typically referred to or in terms of considered in terms of revenue, margin, and profits. The product management organization is also responsible for aligning the product strategy to the business strategy, vision, and mission of the organization. So all organizations, or typically most organizations, will have a mission statement, a vision, and a business strategy. And the product management organization must align or is responsible for aligning the product strategy to the overall business strategy, vision, and mission. The product management function is also responsible for articulating to the engineering function, especially in technology-powered companies, the target user personas or customer personas served by the product in question. It's also responsibility of the product management function to articulate where and how the products will be used to solve customer problems. And then finally, the product management function is responsible for prioritizing and making the tough trade-off decisions in terms of the most important features and capabilities that are critical for product success. So why is product management important? So we touched on this just a slight bit before. It's really a function in the organization that's super required for delivering business value. The product management function is responsible for delivering business value by defining the features, products, or services that solve customer problems, while at the same time producing measurable benefits such as user growth, revenue, margins, and profits. So again, the product management function must deliver business value. So A, you have to understand customer needs within the product management function organization, and then you are responsible for figuring out how in your products and services to address those customer needs while at the same time delivering the business benefits, which are typically measured in terms of user growth, revenue, margin, and profits. So that's why the product management function is so important. It sits at the intersection of a number of things that you do within a technology-powered organization. So this is a quick example of a product management framework. And as we go into the later slides, we'll chat a bit more about the specific framework or the specific life cycle that we use here at GitLab. But generally speaking, as you are exploring a career in product management and you're looking at different writings or different books, you will see variations of these types of frameworks. And this is just to kind of help you understand on a high level some of the overall requirements that goes into the product management function. And so the framework is here not to say that, hey, you will do all of these things, all of these tasks on a day-by-day basis, but generally speaking, it's a way of you understanding how the product management function approaches its main task, its main goals, the ones we spoke about earlier. And so some of the key things that you'll see in most product management frameworks is this idea of discovery, right? Understanding the customer, defining your user personas, being very close to the customer by participating on a daily or weekly basis with customer interviews, understanding assumptions mapping, working with the customers to understand their pain points, their job to be done, doing things like market requirements and competitive analysis. And then all of that feeds into this continuous circle, this continuous cycle of defining ideas. I mean, and as a product manager, you're not the only person that's defining ideas, but understanding some of the ideas that may solve some of the problems that you have identified in working closely with your customers and doing things like usability testing, MVP testing, and so forth, and then building out the final product and service. So again, this is a framework to help you understand how product management approaches, or how the product management function approaches delivering a business value. And then we go into a product manager. So what is a product manager? Well, the product manager is obviously someone that works within the product management function and is the individual that influences and leads a product team to combine technology and design to solve real-world customer problems, and solving those problems with solutions that align with the business's goals and operating model. And this is the definition from Marty Kagan from the Silicon Valley Product Group. So you're seeing hopefully you're recognizing some terms here that we've talked about in the previous slides, right? Customer needs, customer problems, and defining solutions that address those customer needs. And then those solutions will hopefully result in you achieving, or your product management organization helping to achieve business goals. So at GitLab, we have some core responsibilities that we expect for a product manager. We have a handbook page, which is written out in a lot more detail and gives you a lot more insight in terms of the expectations for the role and kind of what we expect from our product managers on a day-by-day basis. But at a high level, here are some of the core responsibilities for a GitLab product manager. One, understanding and communicating, again, the problems faced by our users and customers. Then secondly, define the requirements of a solution that is loved by our users and customers. I especially like this one because we've kind of tweaked the language to be very GitLab specific. Not only do we want to understand the problems of our users and customers here at GitLab, we want to define and come up with lovable solutions. And that's our measurement of success here at GitLab. Is the solution that we are coming up with, is the solution that we currently have in market loved by our users and customers? And then finally, ensuring our product is viable for GitLab. Or, stated another way, ensuring that we are delivering value or business value for the GitLab organization. So back to that role of what is the product management function and what is it responsible for. Some of the core tasks for a GitLab product manager. So this is sort of like the day-to-day, week-over-week, month-over-month, the sort of core activities that we expect for product managers here at GitLab. One is we expect to maintain and update your product category direction pages. And the product category direction pages are really where can also be kind of described as the roadmap for your product. So you will see in other text the word roadmap used a lot. Here at GitLab, we start with our product category direction pages. That's sort of your entry point into communicating with your users, customers, internal stakeholders, the vision for your product category, your stage, and then walking through to that constituency from your vision to your roadmap and your tactical plan on the way to achieve that vision. Then you're responsible for reviewing and updating key performance indicators or metrics, performing release planning for every milestone. Here at GitLab, we have monthly releases. And so every month you have to perform release planning as a GitLab product manager. You also have to write or create release post content for each release. So as you have new features and capabilities that are going to be coming out with each release cycle, you have to create release post content for that. You're also responsible for driving alignment with your stable counterparts here at GitLab, whether it's in marketing, engineering, customer support, user experience, quality, and you want to drive that alignment by using industry standard processes like objectives and key results, OKRs. You're also responsible for connecting the user and customer insights, i.e. the user and customer insights that you develop with your ongoing customer interactions and interviews with product prioritization. So again, left and right, the yin and the yang, always customer insights, always evaluating customer pain, and then defining what features and capabilities must be in your product to solve that customer pain, and then prioritizing rigorously in terms of which features and capabilities need to get into the product. And then finally, you're responsible for triaging new issues, and here at GitLab, those buckets are basically new feature requests from customers, bugs that may come in, security vulnerabilities. And of course, I should say this is finally, determining pricing placement for features. So this is a summary of some of the core tasks that you perform on a daily or weekly or monthly basis as a GitLab product manager. So just really want to touch on here briefly some of the skills that are essential to becoming a good or transitioning from a good to great product manager. So in addition to some of the daily tasks we just walked through, as a good product manager aspiring to be a great product manager, or as a product manager just entering to the profession and looking to build their skill sets, these are some of the skills that you want to kind of think about developing and reflecting on as you move through your career journey. You need to be able to assess market opportunities, and that is a mix of, again, working very closely with customers, really understanding their needs, understanding their jobs to be done, understanding their pain points. You want to be comfortable and adept at conducting customer interviews. So you want to become an adept listener. You want to become an empath in terms of really leaning in and figuring out what customers are trying to say, and in terms of going a little bit deeper, understanding their needs, their pain points, identifying opportunities within those customer conversations. You need to be able to prioritize using well-known prioritization frameworks, for example, RICE. You need to be able to develop and maintain a product roadmap, aka from our previous slides here at GitLab, starting with your direction pages. And so, what's your vision? What's the strategy? What's the tactical plan this month, this quarter, next year on the way to achieving your vision? You need to be able to have some comfort around pricing analysis and business case development. And then back to that theme about metrics, you want to be able to define and track your KPIs, or in GitLab parlance, we say performance indicators. You want to be able to define and track your success metrics. And then you want to have emotional intelligence. And that basically means you need to be able to have relationship management skills, self-awareness, self-management, and social awareness skills. And this is really key, especially the point about relationship management, because as a product manager, you're typically not going to be managing a development team or a marketing team. You're typically working as a peer within a larger group that's meant to deliver that vision and strategy. And then finally, this slide just summarizes our GitLab product development flow. And so we'll have links here in the slides that takes you directly to our GitLab handbook pages that breaks this out in a lot more detail, gives you some of the much more detailed steps around the development flow. But just a quick summary of what this flow is trying to tell you is just that as you are exploring new ideas or new concepts here at GitLab, where either A, the problem is not well understood, or B, the solution may not be well understood, this is kind of the framework that we want you to go through in terms of refining that idea, validating the problem space, digging into it, iterating in terms of your design, iterating on your solution set, planning the work, iterating the work, and then finally building and testing the defined solution and shipping something to your customers. And of course, finally, always ending up with improvement, right? Basically, you want to analyze the results at the end. You want to measure the data that says, okay, has this been successful? And then you want to iterate. So thank you for listening. This is a brief overview of the product management function, product management role here in GitLab, what a product manager does. I hope you found this very interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. It's great chatting with you. This is Danny Smith signing off. Cheers.